and I am the Capital Area Regional Coordinator. So I'm here today to talk to you about having a plan. Talked to a lot of groups this year, and so one thing that a lot of them are struggling with is, what am I going to do this year? What am I going to do to make my group stand out, to recruit people, to get people in? So having a plan is all about not just rushing headfirst into something, but making sure you know what you're doing for the year, making sure you have a plan and that you know what you want to accomplish. So a good thing to start this off is making sure that you have a vision, making sure that what your group wants to do is written down. Like, for instance, saying something like, this year, our vision for the group is to reduce the number of abortions on this campus by making this campus more pregnancy friendly. And so you can then do events, do different service projects to work towards that. But there's a few steps to having a plan. So let's start with step one. Step one, first you'll need to buy or print off a calendar. You can do this by going to our studentsforlife.org website, and we have sample calendars up there with tons of pro-life stuff already on it, like what's going on in the year, who's doing what. But once you get that calendar, what you're going to want to do is put on the things that are going on around your school. That way, when you do events, you're not conflicting with something going on at your school, like a football game or homecoming or different things like that. Because if you invite someone awesome, like Rebecca Kiesling or Kristen Hawkins or Lila Rose to speak, last thing you're going to want to do is have an empty room because everyone's at the homecoming game. Step two is have a brainstorm meeting. Gather all your officers together and have just a meeting where you guys throw back ideas back and forth, like what you want to do, like if you want to host a genocide awareness project, or you want to bring in Rebecca Kiesling to talk about her story and how she was conceived in rape, or if you want to have a post-abortive group come in and do a speak out on campus. Just toss back ideas, discuss it with each other, find out what fits, what would work best for your campus. Now, you're always going to want to make sure when you're planning events that you're covering three main areas. You always want to educate. So no matter what you're doing during the year, you're always going to want to have something where you're growing, you're learning more about what's going on in the pro-life movement, or being educated to something that you don't already know about. Number two is you're going to want to have service and work projects. So our great thing to do with that is our new Pregnant on Campus initiative, where we're trying to make campuses more pregnancy friendly and trying to help out the pregnancy resource centers around the area. So that's something you can do with that. And number three is you're going to want to do some activism. Get out there, flyer your campuses, put up information from sites like Abolish Human Abortion, which has really awesome flyers you can use. Doing different stuff like that, getting active, hosting a genocide awareness project, and really beefing up on your skills to be able to debate, to defend your pro-life views. So remember that. You want to educate, you want to have service projects, and then lastly, you really want to do some activism and get out there. So step three is make sure you're scheduling like regular meetings. Like if you have an officers group, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to meet, depending on the size of your group, at least every 3 weeks with your 4 head officers, your president, your vice president, your secretary, and your treasurer. That way you guys are making sure that you're focusing in on your vision, that you guys are going, okay, are we accomplishing what we set out to do, or do we need to tweak the effort so we can accomplish this better? So scheduling that, making sure you're scheduling meetings to get new people in, you're going out and tabling and clipboarding and asking students what they think about the pro-life issue, if they're pro-life, whether they're planning on voting for a pro-life candidate in the new election. So step four is discuss the calendar, your first meeting of the year. So when you have your first big meeting of the year and you bring everyone in, you like posted flyers for whatever meeting you're doing. If you're hosting an event, discuss your calendar, I should say, at the end of that. Tell people what you're doing, what you're thinking and planning on doing, and then give about 5 to 10 minutes to ask for ideas, to ask them what they think about this, whether it's a good idea, if they don't think it'll work. It's good to get people in on it who are just coming to the meeting. That way you know if they're interested and they'll come back again. And then once you do that, you're going to want to go back with your officers and go, okay, so what worked, what didn't work, what do we need to tweak, what do we need to do to make sure that students are coming out to this. So once you've done that, you're going to want to do step 5. And that's referring back to your calendar and using it to plan your budget. Now, most schools, if you're operating under a student activities group, what you're going to have to do is submit a budget request at the beginning of the year. Not all schools have this, some do. So with that, you're going to want to have a plan as to what you're doing. If it's too soon in the year and you can't get everything together and you don't know what you're going to do, look back at past years, see how much you've spent with that, and then kind of try and go off that. But always think big. Don't go, okay, well, let's ask for less money than we did last year. Ask for more. Think big. Think, we're going to get so many members. We're going to do so much. We're going to blow this out of the water. We're going to have so many people coming. So that's what you want to do. So if you do all these steps, you're really going to put yourselves ahead of most of the pro-abortion groups on campus, because most of them don't have a plan. Most of them usually just show up when the pro-lifers have something they're doing. So it's going to put you miles ahead, and it's going to show people you're dedicated. It's going to show them that you believe in what you're doing and that you're going to last this, that you're not just going to like burn out after like doing full steam ahead in the semester. So you're going to want to make sure you do all that. If you want, you can go back and look at my blog at sarah.studentsforlife.org, where I list out all these steps with some other helpful tips, or you can email me at smaher, it's M-A-H-E-R, at studentsforlife.org, and I can help you brainstorm, I can come and do trainings at your campus, whatever you'd like to do. I am there for you guys. So hope you enjoy this, and if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me.